The pain that the man feels in a deep soul connection is often not well understood. While you might share your feelings openly, cry, and talk about your sadness and longing with others, he keeps his hurt hidden, almost like it's not there at all. You could see him and think he's okay, that he's moved on, or that the bond you shared didn't mean as much to him as it did to you. But what if I said his quietness isn't because he doesn't care? It's really his soul's way of crying out loudly. The truth is, he hurts more than you might think, and learning about this hidden pain can change how you handle your special connection. Today, we'll look closely at the deep hurts he carries, how his personal growth shows up differently from yours, and why his seeming distance is actually a way to protect himself spiritually, one that's so strong it feels like a trap he can't escape. When the woman in this connection feels pain, everyone around her knows it. You might cry, write in a journal, ask for advice, talk to friends, and let your feelings flow naturally. This is your special strength, feeling things deeply and sharing them honestly. But the man was raised differently. From when he was a young boy, he learned that his value comes from being strong, providing for others, protecting them, and staying steady no matter what challenges come his way, inside or out. So, when your deep bond wakes up something powerful in his heart, when being with you brings back old memories from long ago, and your energy reminds him of his true self under all the roles he's played, his first reaction isn't to welcome it openly. His first reaction is to hold it back, keep it under control, and handle it the way he's always been taught to deal with everything else in life. But this kind of deep love can't be controlled, and that's when his pain really starts. Imagine this: you meet, and a strong spark lights up between you that neither of you can ignore. For you, this feeling is like finally coming home. For him, it's like a big earthquake. Everything he's based his sense of self on begins to shake. The job that used to give him a sense of purpose now feels meaningless. The relationships that once seemed good enough now feel empty. The way he's shown himself to the world starts to feel like a fake outfit he can't keep wearing. And instead of seeing this as a positive inner change, he just feels like his life is falling into disorder. While you're looking up information on deep soul connections, reading about special bonds, and trying to make sense of the meaningful things happening between you, he's just struggling to figure out why his whole life suddenly seems off. He doesn't have the words or ideas to see that his unease is really his inner self growing. He doesn't realize that his sudden unhappiness with his everyday life is a sign pulling him toward his true direction. All he knows is that since you came into his life, nothing feels right anymore, and that scares him deeply. The man's inner growth doesn't look like a peaceful insight. It looks like everything is breaking down. It looks like a guy who was once sure of himself, now doubting all he believed about who he is. And it looks like someone who was okay with his daily habits, now feeling stuck in them. It looks like a person who thought he had life all sorted out, suddenly feeling completely lost. And here's what makes it even harder for him. Society has taught him that being confused means he's weak, that not having answers means he's failed, and that asking for help is something to be ashamed of. So when this deep soul connection starts changing his life in huge ways, he tries to deal with it all by himself. He tries to think his way out of feelings that can only be truly understood by letting them in. He tries to use logic to fix something that needs him to let go and accept it. The harder he fights, the more it hurts. You see, when the woman wakes up to this special bond, she usually has ways to make sense of it. She can look things up, join groups, and talk to others who get what she's going through. But the man often goes through this change alone. He might think he's going crazy or that something is wrong with him. He just wants to go back to how he was before he met you. But there's no going back once his soul remembers its true match. Everything is different, and he's fighting a fight he can't win. His pain shows up in ways you might not even see as pain. While you're crying, letting go, and feeling everything strongly, he might look okay on the outside. He goes to work, hangs out with people, and sticks to his daily habits. But inside, he's struggling to stay afloat. His pain looks like not being able to sleep, lying awake at 3 a.m. with thoughts racing, going over every moment with you, wondering why he can't stop thinking about you. It looks like losing interest in things he used to love, like food not tasting good anymore, colours looking dull, or nothing feeling real. It looks like feeling emotionally empty, like trying to date others and feeling nothing, or going through his days while feeling completely cut off from his own life. His pain also shows up as anger. He's not mad at you. He's mad at himself for not being able to let go, for not being strong enough to forget, for not being able to steer his own heart the way he has always steered everything else. The man's hurt is a quiet kind of heartbreak. He doesn't know how to ask for help because he isn't even sure what help he needs. He can't find the words to say that meeting you didn't just shake up his days. It turned his whole world upside down. He can't explain that he feels like he's mourning someone who is still here, missing someone he never fully had, and wanting a bond that makes no sense to the rules he's lived by, so he keeps it inside, believing the quiet keeps him strong and safe. In truth, that silence locks him in with the pain. He tells himself he's okay. He says he has moved on. He claims it wasn't a big deal. But deep down, his heart knows the truth. What you shared was special, real, and life-changing. The fight between what his head says and what his heart feels wears him out every day. Here's something important to know about how he handles feelings. He was never taught to sit with emotions. He was taught to get things done. He wasn't shown how to work through hurt. He was shown how to push forward and succeed. He wasn't encouraged to open up. He was told to prove his worth. So when your connection stirs up feelings that are too large for his usual ways of coping, feelings that can't be fixed, solved, or pushed aside, he simply doesn't know what to do with them. The man in this connection often feels what I call emotional overload. He freezes up. It's not that he feels nothing, it's that he feels so much he doesn't know how to keep going. Picture someone who has always been good at pushing feelings aside. Then, suddenly, he meets a love so strong it changes him deep inside. He feels a loss so big it shifts how he sees the world. He feels a wanting so powerful it makes him doubt everything he thought he needed. That's what your deep bond does to him. While you share your journey by crying, writing in a notebook, asking for advice, or talking to people who get it, he deals with his feelings by pulling away. He stays quiet. He tries to go back to the old, normal life that isn't there anymore when that fails, when he can't think his way back to the person he was before you, when he can't reason his way out of loving you. His pain grows stronger. His inner growth often starts like an urgent crisis. Everything he believed about love, about himself, and about what he wanted from life turns upside down. The job that once made him happy now feels empty. The old ways of being in relationships no longer fit. The idea of being a man he has always followed now feels wrong and untrue. Right in the middle of this confusion about who he is also facing the deepest love he has ever known. This love asks him to open up in ways he never has, to be real in ways he never has, and to stay fully in the moment in ways he never has. This is why the man often pulls away. It's not that he doesn't love you. It's that loving you means he has to become a whole new person, one he has never been and isn't sure he knows how to be. Loving you asks him to feel deeply, to stay open with his emotions, to show up as his true self, and to drop the walls, the pretending and the careful image he has built. Part of him wants this realness more than anything. Another part is scared of it. His fear isn't only about getting hurt, it's about being truly seen. Your love looks past all his barriers, all his acting, all the ways he has hidden who he really is. Your love invites him to be honest in a way that feels both freeing and frightening. Being honest means facing his worries, his doubts, his old hurts, and his deepest wishes. It means admitting that under all his strength and skill, he feels lost and unsure, just like anyone else. The man often goes through what I call a hidden collapse. To everyone else, he looks okay, he goes to work, handles his duties, and keeps going. But inside, he is coming apart. Inside, he questions everything, feels everything, and struggles with everything. Because this collapse is hidden, no one offers the help he needs. No one gives the understanding he longs for. No one shows the kindness he deserves. This hidden collapse hurts the most because it is so lonely. When the woman is struggling, others can usually see it. She can find people who listen, understand, and tell her she is not alone. But when the man is struggling, he hides it. He hurts in private, believing he is the only one facing this. He thinks something is wrong with him. He tells himself he should be tougher, better, or further along. His pain also comes from how he sees his own role as a man. Your love wakes him up to a truer, kinder way of being a man. But he has few examples to follow. He was taught that being a man means staying strong, calm, and in control. No tears, no doubts. Your love asks him to be strong yet open, sure of himself yet humble, protective yet willing to share his heart, finding that balance is hard. The man also faces what I call the blending challenge. He has clear moments. He fully sees how special your bond is, feels in tune with his best self, and knows exactly what he wants and who he wants to be. Then come the cloudy moments. Fear returns, old habits take over, and confusion sets in. This constant back and forth wears him out. He hurts because he cannot stay in those high, clear moments all the time. He hurts when he slips back into old ways, even though he knows better. His growth does not move in a straight line. It comes in waves, not steady steps. For someone used to mastering things through hard work and control, this up and down path feels frustrating. Here is something important to know about how he experiences time on this journey. He often feels like the clock is ticking too fast. He thinks he should be further along, that he should have sorted himself out by now. When he looks at you, he sees someone who seems more in tune with the spiritual side, more comfortable with emotions, and more aware of the special bond you share. This makes him feel like he's lagging behind, not good enough, and holding you back because of his own struggles. This rush adds extra pain. He tries to push his growth, speed up his change, and become someone he isn't ready to be yet. When he can't meet these high goals, he blames himself harshly. He wants everything to be perfect. He gets upset with how slow his progress feels, and he believes he should be handling this journey better. His pain is also closely tied to his need to stay in control. He was taught that real men keep a tight grip on their lives, their feelings, and everything around them. But this deep soul connection is all about letting go. It asks him to trust a process bigger than he can fully grasp, and to let love change him instead of trying to steer it. Your bond invites him to release control, believe in the journey, and follow love's lead. For someone who feels safe and sure only when he's in charge, letting go can feel like the end of everything he hurts, because he is learning that true power comes from lining up with what feels right, not from forcing things. He hurts because real strength means being okay with not having all the answers. He hurts because the love you share is reshaping what he thought made him a man, asking him to open up, be real, and stay fully present. The man also struggles with seeing his own fears in you and in the connection. If he feels he does not deserve steady love, he may worry you will walk away. If he doubts his own feelings, he may question yours too. If the strength of your bond feels too big for him to handle, he may think it is too much for both of you. These fears create pain because they come from worry, not facts. He hurts over problems that only exist in his head, worst-case stories that feel very real to him. Since they feel real, he acts as if they are true. He pulls away, puts up walls, and guards himself from dangers that are not actually there. Here is a key point about the man's path. His healing does not follow a straight line, and it looks different from yours. You may heal by feeling everything, talking it out, and connecting with others. He may heal by being alone, taking action, or helping people. You may work through things by sharing and joining groups. He may need quiet, deep thought, and private effort. The man often needs space to feel safe enough to open up. He needs silence to hear his own thoughts. He needs time alone to sort his strong feelings without anyone watching or judging. Sometimes, what seems like walking away is really him making room to do his inner work. This is the most important thing to know about his pain. It is not about you. It is not because you are too much, too intense, or too far along. It is not because your bond is not real or special. His struggle is about his own relationship with himself, his own growth, and his own shift from living without awareness to living with full awareness. That journey is special, needed, and in the end, beautiful. Even when it looks hard. The man hurts because he is being reborn. Rebirth means the old version of him has to end. He hurts because he is remembering his true self, and that means letting go of the person he thought he needed to be. He hurts because your love is guiding him back to who he really is, and getting there means facing everything he has tried to avoid. But his pain is building something good. It is creating depth, honesty, full presence, and clear awareness. It is shaping a man who can love completely because he has learned to feel completely. It is shaping a partner who can show up as his real self because he has learned to be true to himself. It is shaping someone who can support others because he has learned to sit with his own pain. His pain is special. It has a purpose. It changes him for the better. Seeing this can help you support his path with kindness instead of feeling hurt by it. His struggle is not turning away from you or your bond. His pain is the cost of waking up, the price of growth, the hard work of a new beginning. When he comes through this time of change, when he brings his growth together, when he can carry both his strength and his openness, when he is at ease with his power and his gentleness, he will be able to meet you fully, just as you are. He becomes someone who can love you not out of need, fear, or doubt, but from a full and healed heart, by choice, with joy to share. The man hurts quietly, but his quiet is not empty. It is filled with thinking things through, growing, and learning how to show love in an honest way. His silence is not staying away. It is being fully there. It is not a lack of care. It is putting the pieces together inside. It is not pushing you away. It is keeping both himself and your special bond safe. So when you see him struggling, when you feel his pain even if he won't say it, when you sense his love even if he can't show it yet, keep this in mind. His pain will not last forever. His struggle has a purpose. His silence is not the end of your story. It is the start of him becoming his true self. And watching that change, even if it happens slowly, is one of the most beautiful things you will ever see. He hurts more than you may realize, but he also loves more than he lets on. Both his pain and his love are getting him ready to meet you in a way that honors your deep connection, the higher reason you came together, and the endless possibilities of two people who help each other remember who they really are. through loving one another.